Hello my dudes, today we are playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines Clan Quest mod as a Malkavian, trying to see all the endings before Bloodlines 2 comes out. And what are we doing? Well, we can go talk to Vandal about Gimbal, who we sent down here in place of Lily. Which for some reason cost us humanity. I mean, dude was like a really creepy serial killer. Yes, now he's in like eternal torment or, you know, a lifetime of torment. And it's kind of inhumane and such, but humanity costs a lot to raise.
The blood goddess returns.
And we can go down to the beach and talk to E. Get the experience for that. Kind of a waste to come all the way down here and sit through a loading screen just for this experience, but I mean, aren't loading screens always a waste? You can keep your flower pen next to your heart.
We're gonna be getting out of LA soon. Too dangerous here. Rosa told us something big's about to happen, and I don't want to be here when the jack comes out of the box. Take that for what you will.
He has already exited his box, but has not yet scared his children. I am gone. And then we're gonna stop by the sewers for some rats to eat. And Rat Houdini at it again. Next thing we've gotta do is go to the hospital and steal some werewolf blood. Which, I mean, we've got the power of invisibility, so it shouldn't be that hard, but because the thing is you can't open doors and remain invisible. That's a higher level of the skill. So if someone sees you open a door, it doesn't matter that you were invisible till that point. Though I guess if doors just opened on their own, that would also draw attention, so let's go find the guard and dement him.
This area is for hospital staff only.
I am a key ring, feed me, then you can't see me.
You can let yourself out.
Much thanks. So, can he really not see us at all? Let's go get the werewolf blood first, and then we'll stop by and get the prescription drugs. Oh, we've got to unlock it. I forgot. Oh, you're kidding. What if we blood buff? That'll put our wits up, right? All physical attributes. So no, it doesn't. I guess we're gonna have to do something else.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Your mind will shatter on the hollowness of your life.
No, you can't be. I'm useless. I'm completely useless.
Flowing fat will ferment your furrows. So we just made Chunk cry. And let's get the charity box. Cain slays Abel. Cain cursed by God. Cain meets Lilith. Cain sperm growth. killed us to do it, but we got him. Let's see, is there someone we can use? He's conveniently away from everyone else. There we go. And there's a guy who likes to pee on the side of the asylum. We need to get our computer skill up. That's something we're gonna need throughout the entire game, because there's a lot of convenient computers to hack. And then we'll go back up and do the rest of the werewolf blood quest. And we should probably not run around with a knife. You know, just a thought. That might give us away, someone who regularly knives people. Oh yeah, it's Dr. Malcolm's girlfriend's name. I should have remembered that. Now we can get into prescription storage. Or maybe, if our lock-pegging skill is good enough. Hey! Dude, I thought we had an agreement. Oh wait, more are coming.
Hey, stop right there.
Okay, now we're invisible. Well, this went horribly wrong. I thought he'd be cool with it since we, you know, broke his mind or whatever. Still, we didn't kill that guy. I'm kind of proud of us for that. Okay, now let's go talk to Therese.
You. What were you thinking?
I...
The museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out? Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture, but nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others, but how dare you!
I don't know what your lips are saying.
Don't lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tongue's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum.
I have brought for you the ghostly babble and old words.
Excellent. I'll take that. However, Jeanette claimed you did it for her. But let's say I believe you. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call off the feud.
Yes, the worm is wiggling. Of course, Dark One.
There's only one problem. If Tongue gets word that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first.
How might this deed be done?
I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile, but I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
This is more convoluted than my psyche. I will find her and then we finish
I
this.
want to see my sister. Yes, I'll call it off once I've spoken with her myself. Just do what I ask.
And what's interesting is she says it's her event and her museum. And I wonder if maybe she's the painter instead of just the financer. Because that would explain like the content of those paintings, why they were all about Cain. Because vampires are supposed to descend from him. And it would also explain this creepy, creepy picture. Because we know that their dad was a creepy, creepy dude. So yeah, I wonder if Therese is an artist. Something I had never considered before. I just figured, you know, she commissioned all that stuff, but it would explain a lot. Just go out and come back in. And that's enough time for it to get to the LaCroix. Like, the post here is amazingly on top of it. And he sends a little email about how awesome we are. Nope, nothing left to do now except for go to the Surfside Dock. Could we just kill them right away? I think it would make our humanity go down. Get that shotgun user with hysteria. And then take a shotgun. Where's the chef? Where'd he go? Is he back here? Oh no, there he is. He's suddenly very cool with it. Oh, sorry about this, dude. Okay, answer the phone. Hello?
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her designs, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business. She's crazy! Help!
Okay, let's go see. Now, we have 4 persuasion, but we don't have any seduction, so we haven't used any of the seductive lines. So I'm curious as to whether or not we can resolve this in the best way, or not.
You. I'm really sorry it had to end this way. I truly am. You seemed promising, but you've been tainted by the stink of my sister's schemes. And now, I'm going to make sure she never double-crosses me again. Don't listen to her. She'll kill us both. Save me and I'll help you find Bertram, I swear. Shut up, Jeanette! I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
From where this hateful quarrel?
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead.
Both sides need to cease this conflict.
Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up. Just shut up!
Become mute both mouths. Cease this quarrel.
Don't try and stop me. I've had to overlook her treachery, her seduction, relations with my enemies, and the consequences of it. But I won't endure her any longer. Endure me? Dear sister, you've done everything you could to smother me. You love to bury me in your closet, along with all your other skeletons. I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me, when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taken care of me? You've done nothing but keep me down, blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
You must both learn to live in the same skin.
She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
If you could learn to join hands, think of the strength you command.
I don't think that's possible. How could I ever think to trust her again? Trust me? Who could trust you after what happened with Father Dearest? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
The past is a worn garment. Dispose of it.
Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
History's shadow need not fall on you both.
Why? How will this time be any different?
Two sides of the same face cannot live apart or work together, and your power will more than double. Let's try that one.
Therese doesn't like to share. Jeanette's irresponsible. She's undependable. A venture like mine requires class and distinction, which is something a pigtailed, face-painting harlot does not lend very well. You do have a way with words, sister. You're right. I'm not in the same class, am I? I mean, murderers are so respectful these days.
Dark One, let the light carry more of the burden.
More responsibility. So that she can ruin every opportunity I give her? Of course. You're the only one who can secure zoning permits and shake hands. I'd never be able to keep up.
White Mistress, stand not in the way of the Dark One's plans.
But I only do it for attention and out of love. You do it because you're vindictive and jealous, and you deserve it.
Run this house as a family, and you both may unlive another day.
If she would stop treating me like a child, if she would start behaving like a rational adult.
Was there never a time when you looked each other in the eye?
Yes, there was a time. When I was a child, I didn't have many friends. I suppose Jeanette was the only one. We never did get to go out of the house much. Father wouldn't allow us. He said we'd get hurt, so we stayed inside and we imagined our own worlds. And we spent so much time there together, ruling over those places. Those were happier times, before we grew apart.
You don't really wish to become an only child?
I never did. No, I guess I don't. Jeanette, if I were to offer you equal control in Santa Monica, would you quit consorting with Tongue? I'll stop working against you with him. But since I've got him in my pocket already, there's no reason for me not to pay him a little visit once in a while, when he can be of use. That's not a bad plan. There's just one more thing. I want to be in charge of Santa Monica, but only publicly. I want you to continue to convince others that our relations are strained. That way, we know who our enemies are. I agree.
Give me Boomstick, Dark One.
Take it. I'd hate to look at it again and think of what almost transpired. I suppose now that Jeanette and I have settled our differences, I'll call off the feud with Tongue. Bertram's hiding in an empty oil tank at the old gas station. I'll tell him to expect a visitor, and I'll ask him to be extra nice.
We share the same sweet madness, daughters of Janus. Farewell.
Please give Santa Monica's regards to the prince, and keep your tongue tied about what happened tonight, or we'll have to kill you.
So we can go to Bertram and stuff, but there's one more quest we have in Santa Monica, and that is, well, we also have to do the fortune teller quest. But the main thing is the Asian vampire. And I like to leave this one for last because I think it's the hardest fight in Santa Monica. Okay. So all that's left is to go in. Okay. And you can go into this room and read on the laptop about how he's been watching and all that stuff, but I didn't realize the female monk had a tramp stamp. I never paid that much attention.
Hey, you! Hey, you!
Okay, blood heal. Blood heal. If I'm being quiet, it's because this is concentration mode. Which I know is a little underwhelming considering. There we go. And again, we might put the fire axe away on the street. Because I feel like that's something people would notice and be suspicious about. Okay, it looks like we have done everything we can except for your destiny in the jungle of concrete squares by finding the smiling demon in the sky. Concrete squares. Jungle. Maybe that's downtown? Can't think of anything else that would be a jungle of concrete squares more than the city. Other than that, we finished everything in Santa Monica. What we have to do next is the warehouse. We have to blow up the warehouse. With the help of the worm. However, that is a big job and it takes a minute to do.
Are all money with 1,000
More than
lonely
a minute.
suicides.
I'm about to kill you, dude. Oh, that's something we can do. Look at her. She's awed by my moves. Garbo is a great dancer. Absolutely. That's how the young people dance at the club. Just like that. Yeah. Anyway, remember to like if you liked and subscribe for more Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
You